All right, what's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Today we've got a couple of really big moves. A couple of things that I really wasn't expecting. One, I think, could have seen it coming a little bit more than the other, but I'd like to run you through just two of the biggest moves that have happened today. One did happen earlier, so I apologize for being a little bit later on it, but the second happened just a few minutes ago, so I kind of want to run you through a couple of the big moves that have happened today and get your feedback on it too. So be sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of these moves. Let me know how you think they're going to impact the NFL, these teams' divisions, and these teams individually too. So first move that I want to go over today is Darius Slay. So over the last handful of days, Darius Slay has been really vocal about his desire to leave Detroit. It's a team that has really been extremely inconsistent. They've showed flashes of being a good football team, but yet at the same time, they've been consistently a poor team. They haven't performed up to the standard that, you would like to see them perform at. Matt Patricia is really kind of just on his way out, unless if they make the playoffs and really make a push this year for success. Patricia will be out of there. Their GM will be out of there. It's really kind of, I feel like moving in the direction of they're going to kind of restart, wipe the slate clean under a new regime. So Darius Slay really didn't want to be part of that again, ready to get out of there and kind of just start fresh on a new team, in a new city, just kind of doing things over again and hopefully finding success on that team a little bit easier than he did in Detroit. So Darius Slay was traded today from the Detroit Lions to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, that's an interesting deal to me. I think the Eagles definitely needed that help on the secondary. That is one of the glaring holes, I think, on their defense is they really did need help in the secondary. They had a hard time covering, marquee receivers. They're good in some areas, but I think that, when you're matching up against, the Julio Joneses of the world, the Odell Beckhams, the guys who are really going to require some real attention on the defensive side of the ball, they lack that number one guy who can really go cover. And so I think they picked that up in Darius Slay. Now, he is a little bit older. I think he's 28 years old, so he's kind of approaching the tail end of his, prime of his career there. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have anything to offer. I think Darius Slay still clearly a very valuable and skilled cornerback. He can definitely bring a lot to the table. So he was traded to the Eagles for a 3rd and a 5th round pick in this year's draft. And the Eagles also extended his contract another 3 years, $50 million. So he'll be making a nice chunk of change. I think he definitely deserves it. All pro caliber type of cornerback here. He can definitely change a game, change a defense, man. When you bring him on to a team that needs help in the secondary, he's going to transform the way that defense plays. So, and I think in a number of ways too. He's going to transform the way that the defense plays just by, him being a presence on it. But he also transforms the ways that other teams can approach this defense too. They're not going to want to throw at Darius Slay. He has notoriously been one of the best ball hawking cornerbacks in the league for the last handful of years. Quarterbacks don't want to throw at him. So they're going to have to, kind of look the opposite way. And I think that is a huge benefit to the Philadelphia Eagles. So, they pick up a consistent superstar type cornerback. Now, his, injury history, I think, is one thing to worry about, but if he can stay healthy and he can be consistent on the football field, this is a huge win for the Philadelphia Eagles. Slay was ready to get out of Detroit. They offer him that opportunity. They pick him up for not a ton. A 3rd and a 5th is not a lot to pick him up for, and they extend his contract for, what I think is good market value for a cornerback. So, smart move for the Eagles. Good move for Detroit. They needed to get rid of him, so they get what they can out of it, and both teams get to kind of start fresh in their own way. So Darius Slay going to Philadelphia Eagles, I think it's a good move. Now, next up on the list here is a huge move, something that I absolutely was not expecting. Todd Gurley has been released by the LA Rams. This was just, maybe an hour ago, very recent, and this is an interesting deal here. Reason being, anybody can come in and pick up Todd Gurley at this point. And there are a lot of questions surrounding Todd Gurley. He inked a huge deal with the Rams a few years back. The year after he signs this deal, he has his MVP season. He's a monster, rushes for almost 1,300 yards. I think something like 17 or 18 touchdowns that year too. They go to the Super Bowl. Obviously they lose, but he was the face of the franchise, during that year, during those, few years leading up to it as well. But he was really the guy who was kind of the driving force behind the Rams' success. You could give him the ball so many times a game in so many different ways. Him being as versatile as he is, he was such an asset to that team. Now, reason why they let him go, he's been very inconsistent over the last 2 years, I would say. The main reason being that knee. So his knee, has been giving him some pretty big problems over the last couple of years, and it's hard to perform up to the caliber that you can when you're having a nagging knee injury like Todd Gurley does. So, his performance on the field has definitely suffered because of that. And then you bring in other running backs behind Todd Gurley, put them in, and they're able to perform, what looks like perform better, but they're just healthier than Todd Gurley at that point. So I think it's an interesting idea that the Rams are going to go ahead and drop Todd Gurley. They didn't want to continue to pay that. I think he was due another $10.5 million this year. So they cut that from their salary, and Todd Gurley's on the open market for any team to pick up. Now, I had a hard time thinking about who I thought was going to pick up Todd Gurley, so I'd like your feedback down below, and you guys let me know who you think is going to pick up Todd Gurley and who you think he would fit, what team you think he would fit really well on. Now, the reason that I had a hard time, kind of imagining who Todd Gurley should go to is because I think the NFL is trending more in the direction of running back by committee nowadays. You look at teams who have had, running backs who are the guy who you can give the ball, 30 times a game, even more so if you're using them in the passing game too. Guys like, Ezekiel Elliott, who you can just, hand off the ball 30 times a game and let him do what he does. Guys like Christian McCaffrey, who is also so valuable in the passing game as well, who acts almost like another receiver. Guys like Todd Gurley as well, who's the same kind of guy. Their teams aren't winning. And that's what's surprising to me is just the way that the NFL is trending. The guys who are taking the ball so many times a game, their teams aren't winning. The Cowboys did not make the playoffs. The Panthers did not make the playoffs, and the Rams didn't make the playoffs. So, running back by committee, I think you look at teams that have been successful. 49ers made it to the Super Bowl with 3 running backs consistently taking snaps. The Chiefs even, multiple running backs taking consistent snaps. A lot of these teams that are succeeding nowadays are using multiple running backs in multiple sets and letting them do their thing individually, throughout the game and giving them all an equal shot to impact the game. So it's interesting to me how Todd Gurley is going to fit into another team and whether they're going to use him as, the number one guy, bell cow kind of back, and also utilize him in the pass game, or whether they're going to bring him in and make him understand, listen, this is a running back by committee. You're not the number one guy anymore. We're going to do this all together. No one is greater than the next. So you guys let me know down below what you think Todd Gurley should do, what team you think he'll fit in best with, and then we'll talk about it down below. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support. This channel is definitely growing. We've had a lot of new subscribers over this last, handful of days with free agency, the videos that I've been putting out. And I just want to say to all the newcomers, people who have just joined the channel, thank you so much for your support. Thanks a lot for watching. Be sure also to leave comments. I love interacting with you guys. When you have, ideas that I haven't thought about, it really kind of gets ideas going in my mind. It even helps me come up with videos in the future to make too. So I love interacting with you guys. Love seeing what you have to say. Even if you disagree with me and you think that I'm making bad points, or you think that, I would rather do something this way, it definitely helps me see things in your way. So be sure to interact, leave comments, like, subscribe, do all the stuff that you got to do to help the channel grow, and we'll go from there. So appreciate you guys so much. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day. And as always, guys, fins up.